Areej, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
Thanks for having me.
With everything that's happening with COVID, it's easy to fall into negative thinking. How do we practice positivity, Areej?
This is a very good question. It is really important for us to be positive, especially now with COVID. We can't just live our lives and expect us to be happy. We actually have to safeguard our mind. We actually have to see what are we feeding ourselves. So we can all be in the same storm, but we can get out of it differently, all depending on how we're thinking. And it is really important that we know who our friends are, what are they feeding to us, what are we looking at, social media and things like that. Think of it when you have a car. When you buy a car, you don't just ride it for the rest of your life and you think it's good. No, right? There's going to be maintenance involved. Same with exercise. You can't exercise for a week and think, oh, I'm good for the month, or exercise for the month and think, oh, I'm good for the year. Yeah. No, right? In order for us to be fit, we have to constantly, do it regularly and always. So just like that, this is how we have to maintain that positive mindset.
How do we practice that? I mean, it's easy to exercise, but when you think about practicing positively, what do you have to do to be positive?
For sure. So you want to be positive, but what happens is you're just constantly thinking, well, how do I do that? It's just so hard. There's just so much stuff going on because it's not just the environment. It actually changes like how we're interacting and how we're socializing with people. So how do we stop that negative thoughts, right? And the thing is, it's not about stopping it. It's not about thinking so much about it. The key is to acknowledge it's there, challenge it, and change it. For example, now we're in a lockdown. So instead of saying, oh, great, I'm stuck at home, I can say, well, am I really stuck at home? No, I could still walk. I could still communicate with the outside world. And if I need to go grocery shopping, I could go. So technically, I'm not really stuck. So what can I do? So I'll change it. You know what? I'm safe at home. And that's a better way of looking at it. So, and the other thing that's really important is realizing that you are responsible of your happiness. So by the end of the day, I can't say that, you know what, I'm happy because you called me. I'm happy because this happened to me. I'm happy because the environment made me happy. No, by the end of the day, I should say I'm happy because I did this, because I chose to do that. So it's really important for us to take that control. Now comes down to then what can I do, right? So, three things come in mind. One,
especially if you're kind of drowning in negative thoughts, right?
For sure.
And then you don't know how to move beyond that, those negative thoughts to get to that positivity that you're mentioning.
For sure. This is why, number one, I think is we need to get back to, our creator, Allah. Realize that there's so many things that are uncertain, that we just don't know what's going to happen. We don't have control over, but we need to remember that Allah is control of everything, has, will, and will always be in control. So that should give us calm that, there is hope to this. The other thing is, with that is worship Allah in a way that gets you closer to Allah. Have that strong connection. There's so many ways that we can worship Allah, right? So find the one that, that you love and do more of it. For example, if you love praying, do more of praying. If you love just remembering Allah, just, your lip constantly moving, then do more of that. If you love fasting, then do more of that. But find a way to just, get closer. That tends to make you feel better. A lot of people.
So faith, it seems, can help you in the practice of positivity.
100%. So, it's like, even for those who just want to be, quiet and just sort of be on their own, and you can just find that time to just do that and pray more, So the other thing is gratitude. Huge. It is so important for us to be grateful. If we constantly do that, what happens is, no matter what the situation is, you will only think positive. And I find Islam teaches us that. First thing when we get up, what do we say? Alhamdulillah. So all praise to Allah. You're happy that, we should be happy that we're up and that we're starting a new day. The other thing, when we're eating, we're also supposed to say Alhamdulillah. And, you're thanking Allah for the fact that you have that meal and you're full. And even when we're praying, we're also saying Alhamdulillah, that, we're thanking Allah for Him being in control of all the universe. So the Islam teaches us all of that, but it is important that we really acknowledge that. So what you can do is, when you're getting up, we know, for sure, you just brush your teeth, right? You don't think about it. So when you're brushing your teeth, just think of three things quickly that you're thankful for. And the following day, keep doing it, but make it differently. And what happens is, eventually, you'll end up doing it automatically, no matter what or how hard a situation is, right? And lastly is we can our body has hormones that can be released that can make us happy. So what can we do to tap into that and release that inner happiness? I want you to think of the word dose. D for dopamine, O for oxytocin, S for serotonin, and E for endorphin. So dopamine is the reward hormones. So when you're getting up, have a checklist and say, you know what, today if I do this and this, I'll be happy. And make it realistic. Simple things. If I read a chapter today, if I connect with a friend that I haven't met for a long time, and just having that check mark just makes you feel good. Yes, I've accomplished what I wanted to do today. The other thing is oxytocin. That's the cuddle hormone. So get used to really, showing love and hugging whoever you're with, your spouse, your friends, your family, your pet, whoever is at home with you. Do that cuddle hormone. And what's important with that, what about for those who are living by themselves? You can still do it, but it's just a form of connection. So with your social media or FaceTime or Zoom, just sort of look at them and appreciate them and, hey, just checking up on you and all of that stuff. And what a better way to connect with someone who you think is alone and giving them that love. So it'll be like that virtual hugs, right? Then we have the serotonin. That is, it's released when you're out in the sun. So this is really important. So whenever there's sun, get out, walk, or just be out there and expose yourself with that. Even though we're in a lockdown, you can still just get out and get that fresh air. So important to do that. And lastly is endorphins. And that's being released when you're exercising. So whether it's outside for a walk or even up the stairs or even at home, just getting, moving, and also laughing with a friend or even just watching, a comedy and just getting yourself to just release that. Now, if we, take that and do it every day as a habit, you'll find yourself just naturally, being happy and constantly seeing the positive things. And this is pretty much what I do on my workshop. We explore more on that and to help and maintain that positivity.
Tell me about your workshops.
Yeah, so one of the things that now, because of this COVID, I'm focusing now on mastering your positive mindset, right? But the other things that I work on is also ergonomics and self-defense. But yeah.
So I want to ask you one last question. How do you think that practicing positivity can help you to cope with COVID?
So it's like I find that whether we are actively looking to be positive or not, it's just out there in our faces. So we actually have to say to yourself is, how am I feeling about this? This is making me feel, I'm not happy with what's going on. What can I do? So, because there's not much we can do. What can I do at this moment? Okay, am I keeping myself safe? Am I keeping my family safe? Am I doing what I can? Yes, awesome. And now what can I do to, help others? Just even educating them about whatever and just connecting and how are you guys doing and sort of really experiencing what they're going through, making them the author and hearing them out. And that tends to make you feel, connected. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to feel alone or isolated because that's very dangerous. You want to still feel connected, and that's very important.
Areej, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
If you enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe, and please donate to support our work at QuranSpeaks.com.